Hello there, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be cleaning out my refrigerator. When I first decided to clean and organize my refrigerator, I had no idea how dirty it actually was because it was so packed full of just a bunch of random things. I couldn't really see how dirty the shelves were. Initially, I wasn't planning on making this one entire video, but seeing how long it took to clean it out and wipe it down because it was so disgusting, I decided to just make it one whole video. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go shelf by shelf, and what I'm doing is I'm looking at if something's expired or if it's almost gone, and then I just throw it in the trash, and then I move the stuff from side to side and I wipe the shelf out underneath what is already in the fridge, and then at the end I go through and I organize it all. The cleaner that I decided to use is just a little bit of my thieves cleaner, and then just using a Swedish dishcloth to wipe it out. I didn't want to use any cleaners with a strong smell only because it was my refrigerator, and this just worked out perfectly. Now we're going to move on to the second shelf down. As I moved my way down the shelves, I started to get more and more grossed out as to how gross these shelves were. I can't remember the last time I actually took the time to wipe out my refrigerator. I do every Sunday go through my refrigerator and just throw out all the old food or like the leftovers that we didn't finish. But apparently I don't do a very good job at checking like the condiments and things like that. I thought I did a good job, but apparently I don't, so I need to get better about actually going through my refrigerator every week and decluttering it. I was going to try to wipe out the little drawer in my refrigerator with just some thieves cleaner, but it was really hard to reach the back, and I saw that I could take it out. So I'm just going to use a little bit of Dawn with my dishcloth and scrub it out really quickly. Don't mind my full sink of dishes. It was Sunday and I was about to get those all done, but I was in the middle of wiping out my refrigerator, so I just kind of worked around them. Once that was clean, I grabbed a clean dish towel and I'm going to go ahead and dry it all off and put it back in my refrigerator. As you can see, I had a heck of a time putting it back in. It kept getting stuck, but then I eventually figured it out and got it to go back in the little like sliding things on the side. But once I got that all back in place, I put my butter and a couple other things that belong in the drawer.
We've been in two places all at once. Was that what we said would come undone? Feels like our minds have been turned off. Haven't seen each other for so long. I know this is us. Baby, pull me closer, let's fall in love. Oh, I can feel my body move to every move you make, and I can feel the tension every time we're close.
Moving on down to the third shelf, This is a lot of like condiments and things that don't fit on the top two shelves, and my fridge just gets so disorganized so fast, and like the shorter items get placed down below whenever they belong on the second shelf, and it just gets all jumbled up really fast. So I'm gonna go through all the condiments on the bottom shelf and figure out what's expired, and just keep the things that we need to keep and get rid of the things that we need to.
Make sure we get through this. Let's just keep on dancing as one. You and me are moving. Make sure we get through this. Let's just keep on dancing as one. 'Cause we're 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 dancing as one. I'm in the zone now, and I think I know why. Can tell from your eyes.
So the shelves are now done, and now I'm going to make my way into the fruit and vegetable drawers. When I tell you that I was mortified whenever I pulled those drawers out, I just couldn't believe how dirty they were. Whenever the drawers are full of fruits and vegetables like they are now, I don't really see the bottom too much until I take everything out and I can see how dirty it actually is. And then I also couldn't believe how dirty underneath of the drawers were. I honestly can't remember the last time I actually pulled the drawers out and wiped out underneath of the drawers, but just look how disgusting. I even found a piece of paper and I don't even know where it came from. So now that you saw how disgusting under my drawers were in the refrigerator, I'm going to take my dishcloth and just wipe up the big pieces of random food that I've been collecting under there for quite some time. And then I'm going to take my thieves cleaner and wipe it out.
That would only waste time. The way that you shine is what I've always tried to find. I'm in a haze now. Gotta figure out what this is all about. I can't get you off my mind. I think of you all the time. I wanna get with you inside the lines. Just hit me.
And this is what the fruit and vegetable drawers looked like in my refrigerator. I am disgusted. It is so gross. So the way that I cleaned this is off camera, I got some Dawn and my scrub brush that I used for my dishes, and I scrubbed them out really well, and then I dried them with a clean dishcloth. And just look at how much better they look. They look so clean, they smell so good, and I'm so happy that I took the time to do this because it feels so much better now.
All night, together all night. We go all night. All night, fading.
Now we're going to move on to the doors of my refrigerator. They really weren't that bad, but since I took the time to clean out the main part of my fridge, I needed to wipe out the drawers as well, and I also did some reorganizing of those. I also tried to take out the little shelves and sort of like rearrange them to where I could fit more stuff in the doors of my refrigerator, but I couldn't really because the stuff was just too awkward of a height, so I just sort of left them how they were. I debated on taking them out completely and washing them with some Dawn in my scrub brush, but they really weren't that bad to have to take them out. I did have to take out the very top one because one of my condiments leaked and I couldn't get it with my dishcloth. So I did take that one out and wash that one with Dawn.
Happy and sad in between 'em. If there's one thing I truly believe in, ordinary love, ordinary love. I wanna oversleep in your shirt 'cause it's ours. brush my teeth while you're taking a shower. If there's one thing I know, there is power in ordinary love, ordinary love. Don't you ever say you are not enough, baby, you're enough. So don't you be afraid and take a leap of faith. It doesn't have to be holy, holy. I'm not asking for a God, just as long as you show me some ordinary love. So kiss me in the night, tell me that you're mine. Don't need much to believe, doesn't have to be holy, holy. When it's ordinary love, ordinary love, ordinary love.
Now that the inside is all cleaned out, I'm going to take some of my Windex and wipe down the front of my refrigerator. With two small kids, their little fingerprints and their little sticky fingers get all over my refrigerator, and whenever I closed the fridge, I looked at all the fingerprints. I was like, wow, I really need to wipe that down. So the moral of the story here is I need to prioritize my refrigerator and actually take the time to wipe it out, because I feel like if I stayed on top of my refrigerator, it wouldn't take me like an hour and a half to clean it out like it did this day. But here is an overview of what the refrigerator looks like. It feels so good to have it all organized. Honestly, every time I opened my refrigerator, it gave me anxiety because everything was just sort of like shoved on all of the shelves and it was just completely disorganized. But here in a couple minutes, I'm going to give you a look at what it looked like before and then what it looks like after.
Doesn't have to be holy, holy.
So here's the shot of the before. It was all unorganized and everything was shoved in wherever it could fit. And then here is the after. It's all organized and wiped down and clean. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new, please subscribe. And if you're coming back, thank you so much for being here. I will see you in my next one.